Hey everyone, it is Darrell as a service, a modern work mentor. I had the honor of talking to a group of people on a panel about Microsoft 365 and giving feedback about realities and versus expectations. Got me thinking about how we are spending our more. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we're able to achieve more with Microsoft 365 Copilot, but what is our more and how are we spending it? I'm going to go with the definition of more being time. We get more time back so we can achieve more. So we're just going to take a look at this board and just focus in on a few things as we go through it. Good. Just up a bit more. Cool. All right. Have you heard the saying that I can get 90% of work done on a task or a project in 10% of the time, and the last 10% of the work can take 90% of the time? We know this. It's like we get a whole lot of work done, and it's about perfecting and trying to refine it that seems to take most of the time. So I'm trying to show you this in, I guess, a bar graph and using two textures. The speckled one, which I guess is like we get a lot of stuff done really quickly, and then a lot of intensity is that last, or that 90% that we're working on. Now maybe the percentages vary, but you get the idea. We put a lot of work on, and I particularly find this perfecting things at the end. Now, that is typical work. That is when we are, I guess we're getting a bit of help from people, but this is our effort when we're working on a task. And I want to see or suggest how Copilot takes effect on this. Now, when we've got Microsoft 365 Copilot, we have the ability to make a start from a prompt, getting ideas for things. Maybe we're drawing from the web as a source. Maybe we're drawing from existing information from our organization as a source. And the pressures that we face at the moment at work are that we've got to do more, not just achieve more, but it's expected that we do more. And so maybe as we're doing more, we're going on to that next task very quickly. And so in this graph, what I'm trying to show here is that for these different tasks that we might be working on, that the speckled area is we've used Copilot, and it's goog enough. I say goog, not good, because sometimes we're skipping over things and it's misspelt, but hey, it's good enough. And sometimes with Copilot, it's good enough. We're not really making any changes, if anything, maybe a bit here and there, but we send it out, we're on to the next task, we're on to the next task, and maybe we get about, 7 things done during our day. But the reason I've chosen this speckled texture is that maybe there's not necessarily a lot of substance in it, that certainly there isn't much of you in it. It is drawn from other sources, and you haven't put in the time, which we have more of because of Copilot. We've not put that time in to make it more of our own and personalized it. So if we go a little further up, maybe a better approach to this, that'll work, is that, okay, maybe we don't get as many tasks done. We're still using Copilot to get us off to a good start. We get the content together, we get the ideas together, we refine things, and our initial kind of 90% is achieved, maybe less, definitely less with Copilot. But then we're spending more of our time, rather than going on to that next task, we're actually putting more of that intensity and ourselves into refining that deliverable. And this is where we can differentiate ourselves. If we're up here and just taking from what Copilot is going to suggest, it's going to go out and find things on the web as sources. It's going to find things internally. And it's going to be based on, search optimization, algorithms, however good your search is internally. So maybe people are going to come up with very similar results, based on their queries and what they're trying to create. Whereas if we use that starting point and we start to make it our own and put that intensity in here, we get less done during the day, but the result that we have on that one particular deliverable is more of us. We've refined it. It's not vanilla, but you've put more into it, And that is really, maybe you're getting that time back. It's not taking you 90% now, but you can use that time that you've got back to improve that. So Copilot is going to get better over time in terms of its quality. And, it does amaze us with how quickly it comes back. But it's that human quality side of it, that if we're not spending our more time on improving that result, improving that deliverable with the expertise we have, the people that we can draw sources from, that human side, then we're really going to end up with quite empty content. So that's a thought for this, reflection on how Copilot can help us. What do you think? Let me know if you've got some similar thoughts. I'm thinking of putting this into something of an animated slide or two to put this into a presentation. But yeah, help me enrich this. Be a human and add to this. Look, feel free to put it into a prompt if you want to and see what Copilot or any LLM comes up with. But I want to hear from you. See you around.